Mid-American Conference Football Media Days continue from Ford Field. We turn our attention to the Ball State Cardinals, the defending MAC champions. Mike New, head football coach, joins us. Mike, you had back-to-back wins to end the season against ranked opponents, which puts you into the top 25. Talk about how the season ended and where the program sits right now.
Well, it's a great accomplishment for our players and for our program to finish the year the way that we did. Obviously, we were the underdog, and sometimes double-digit underdogs going into a couple of those games at the end in the MAC championship game and the bowl game. But our guys stepped up to the challenge, and the credit goes to them for just working hard. And they did a great job making social sacrifices in a very challenging year with COVID and everything that was in play that way. But so proud of the guys just committing to hard work and then the results paying off.
Now, you go from, you mentioned being underdogs, probably going to have a little bit of a target now because you are the MAC champs. You were a top 25 team. Is that a transition? Is that something you have to deal with? You've got a veteran team coming back.
Yeah, and that's, the great thing is we got a mature group of guys. It was great to have a year the way that we did, but when they went home at the end of it for 2.5 weeks to get away and they came back late January to start the off-season program, everybody's attitude and everybody's mindset was in the right place. We got to go back to starting the process all over again, and just because we were good at something last year and we return a lot of the same guys doesn't guarantee we'll be good at it. Hard work gives you an opportunity to build your strengths for this team of 2021, and that's all we've been focused on, is just making sure that we're back to grinding during the winter, during the spring, during the summer. We're going to have a great finish here to the summer, get away, regroup, and then we'll be anxious to start training camp.
Have you been happy with the way the off-season has gone as you get ready?
I've been so proud of our team, the way they've attacked it. Our strength and conditioning staff is incredible. Ben Armour, our director of strength and conditioning, has such a meticulous calendar in place and things we're trying to accomplish during each phase. But the one thing I said way back in the beginning in January was nobody's going to be fat and happy here, and to every one of our players' credit, that's not taken place. Everybody's been so bought in to just working as hard as we possibly can.
Sixth season at Ball State. Did you see the roadmap and what's it like to be kind of, I don't want to say you're at where you want to be, but right, to see the growth?
Well, when I first came back to Ball State, certainly I was proud to come back, be in my alma mater, being the head coach of my alma mater was awesome. I knew there was going to be some challenges. I knew there was going to be some growing pains. I didn't quite know they'd be that, the growing pains would be that significant, but I look back and reflect on that, especially 2017, and I wouldn't trade what we went through for anything. And I'm just so proud of the players because, back in 2017, they could have easily put their name in the transfer portal, tried to pursue somewhere else, but they stuck together, kept working hard. They believed in each other, they loved each other, and to see it pay off and where we're at. But that's not the final chapter. I know my goal was to win a championship, but then once we did, to be able to sustain success. And I think about Coach Solich and what he did for the Ohio program. That's awesome. And that is a goal, to be able to have a program where you can sustain success the way that Frank Solich did.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the things that figure to be strengths. What do you think this team will look like, and what do you expect it to look like?
Yeah, obviously we returned 20 starters, 10 on offense, 10 on defense, but I want to start with the defense because I always feel like we don't quite get enough credit for the championship defense that we played, and really it starts with the leadership. Tyler Stockton, our defensive coordinator, has a championship swagger, and that swagger, it makes its way down to our players in a respectful and humble way, but our guys play great team defense. We had critical plays in every game last year where we had a critical turnover or a game-changing play that switched the momentum. So we're going to build on that. Brandon Martin was a co-defensive player of the year. He's here with us today. Bryce Cosby, Christian Albright, Jay Thomas, Jimmy Dahl. You could go right down that roster on defense, and we've had some big-time plays come up from all of those guys. So I'm excited about continuing to build on what we put out there on the field last year defensively, and then offensively, Drew Plitt, our MAC champion quarterback, is here with us, and Drew's worked so hard to develop in all phases of his game. He's worked as hard this offseason, just like all of our upper class guys have, to improve his game. But we got some great weapons on offense. Justin Hall, tremendous playmaker. Johannes Tyler, tremendous playmaker. Kind of got a running back by committee approach with Ty Evans, Will Jones, and Donnie Marcus. So we've got some good weapons. And one thing we try to pride ourselves on is there's not just one go-to guy. You want to make you defend the whole field. And at the end of the day, just play very good, complete, complementary football.
Mike New, head coach of the Ball State Cardinals, the 2020 MAC champions. Appreciate the time. Best of luck in 2021.
Thank you very much for having me. Appreciate it.
All right, Mike New, we're going to step aside, take a quick time out. On the other side of the break, we'll hear from a couple of the Cardinals players. Mid-American Conference Football Media Day continues here on cleveland.com and MLive. Stay with us.
When it comes to selling you a mattress, most retailers are handing you a long line of extra steps that drive up costs and create confusion. At the Original Mattress Factory, we simplify the mattress shopping experience by building mattresses and box springs in our own local factories and selling them direct to you. It's short, sweet, and simply makes sense. So experience more than just the mattress store. Experience an original, the Original Mattress Factory.
MAC Media Day on the football side of things continues. Brandon Martin, co-MAC Defensive Player of the Year as a linebacker a season ago. Quarterback Drew Plitt from the champion Ball State Cardinals. Guys, first question. You finished the season a year ago, top 25 in the country. How satisfying is that, and how do you approach things moving forward?
Well, it's definitely something that we're happy about. We still want to continue to get better, continue to grow. This continued dedication to the process of what got us there is going to get us even further. So,
yeah, it was a great celebration, a great opportunity for us to go out to the Arizona Bowl and win that game too. But we want to leave a legacy, so we're back to work. We've been back to work since day one of winter workouts, and we're excited to repeat this year.
Now, Drew, you were offensive MVP of the Arizona Bowl as well as the Mid-American Conference Championship game. What are you working on to take it? Everybody's trying to get better.
Yeah.
What are you working on to get even better?
Yeah, those awards are great, but I couldn't do it without the team around me. I go against one of the best defenses in the nation every day that helps me improve, and I have one of the best wide receiver cores in the nation as well with a great offensive line and great running backs. So I couldn't do that without them, and that award, that's for everybody. That's not just for me. That just proves how good we are as a team, and moving forward, just want to take on more responsibility in our offense, get involved more in the game plan, and in the play calling during a game.
Brandon, let's talk a little bit about this defense. You were co-defensive player of the year in the conference. What does this defense look like on the field when it is playing the way you and Coach New want it to?
well, I think it's a group of guys that are hungry and they really want to play hard for each other. Our defensive coordinator, Coach Stockton, tells us all the time that what you put on film is going to show how much you care about the guy next to you. And without a doubt, our defense has bought into that from the front line all the way to the defensive backs. And that looks like guys running to the football because they care about the guy next to them. That looks like running off the field. That looks like extra focus in the film room, things like that. So that shows how much you care about the guy that's next to you.
Drew, you guys were the underdog for some of last year. You're probably going to be the favorite, top 25 team, defending champs. How do you deal with that? How do you switch those roles and make sure you don't fall back?
Yeah, we were underdogs for so long, and I think you look at our team as the experience that we have. We remember those games where we were getting beat by 30, 40 points, and we haven't forgotten that. There's some unfinished business still with some of those teams where the wins that we've had weren't big enough, weren't a representation of how we feel, and we're excited to get back on the field and kind of show what we're capable of doing and what it really feels like when we win.
Brandon, Drew mentioned legacy. Is that something kind of you think about because you did win a MAC championship? Is another one something that you want to make sure you kind of bring back to Muncie?
Well, as Drew said, we just don't feel like the job's finished. We still there's still so much for us to accomplish. There's still so much for us to do as a football team in this conference and nationally. We want to make sure that Ball State is a household name. And in order to do that, we have to continue to win games, win championships, and bowl games. So we're excited for that.
And when we talk about that, a lot of people talk about last year as a fluke, and we're going to prove this year it wasn't. We're going to go out there every game and show everybody what we're really about, and the experience and leadership on this team is going to make sure that happens.
Does last year give you confidence? I mean, you guys showed what you can do. Does that give you confidence that, hey,
absolutely. You know, finally being able to get over that hump of winning those close games and not losing them. That's a lot of confidence that we have, and I think we've really prided ourselves, you know, a lot on those 2-minute drills and being able to win those close games where in years past we haven't. So it's been a great help, and a lot of that is just a testament to our leadership.
A lot of guys back. How important is that, and is there kind of a likeness in mindset from everybody?
Well, I think that when you talk about a group of guys that have been through a lot together and are focused towards a goal, that describes us perfectly. We're a group of guys that have been through a lot of guys coming back. So we're excited. We're excited for the opportunity to continue to play another season together and be forward back here in December.
Well, we appreciate it. Brandon Martin, Drew Plitt, best of luck to the Cardinals in 2021.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
guys.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.